The Frank Haith Show, brought to you by Don Thornton Cadillac, Pepsi, River Spirit, TTCU, The Credit Union, Bill Knight Ford, and St. Francis Health System. And now your host, Bruce Howard.
Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to the Frank Haith Show. I'm Bruce Howard, joined by the head coach of the Golden Hurricane, Frank Haith, and we turn the page to 2018 after turning the page to American Athletic Conference play just before the start of the calendar year. And, Coach, brimming with optimism because your team is playing awfully well.
We are. You had the Oklahoma State game, and I thought we played really well. We couldn't finish that game off the last 2 or 3 minutes of that ball game, and then we got off to a great start here in conference play.
2 wins for the Golden Hurricane in conference play. So in this show, we will review the game just before Christmas against Oklahoma State. And then, of course, TU begins conference play in the American. Tulsa 2-0 here in the early going. We'll be back with the Frank Haith Show in a moment. We're back on the Frank Haith Show, and Coach, as we finished out calendar year 2017, your team, coming off a great win against Kansas State, goes to Stillwater to take on OSU, and it was a great opportunity.
It was. I thought our guys really had a great preparation, great focus going into this ball game, and we played very well. You know, for the most part, we competed and got after it.
Yeah, got after it at Gallagher-Iba Arena in Stillwater, a place where Tulsa won a couple of years ago. Here in the early going, Sterling Taplin with the drive, and that's a great play.
Yeah, you know, their pressure, you have to be able to drive the ball against their pressure, and I thought we did a good job of that. You know, spacing, look at the spacing we have here, and Junior obviously played well.
Yeah, part of Junior Itu's game is being able to hit that three-pointer and being that threat from that area.
Makes people have to guard him. He's such a good off the bounce too. And there's Sterling again with the spacing, the dribble drive move, and a pull-up jump shot.
And the Golden Hurricane up by a score of 11-9 at that point, and moments later, a little bit of a steal. In fact, it was a steal, and the Hurricane, this is a really nice play by Sterling, isn't it?
Yes, and good gap defense there. You know, in their dribble drive, we closed the gap down, came up with a steal, and Sterling with confidence shoots that jump shot.
Joyner gets trapped, but he gets out of the trap, and that results in a basket for Jaleel Wheeler.
Yeah, that's some poise by Elijah, not turning that ball over, being patient, split the trap, and make a good solid pass.
Up by as many as 8 in the first half. That's a really nice play by Junior Itu, turns and scores.
Scoring a lot of different ways. Great pass by Kern. We ball ahead, we call this 125, and Junior's running the floor, good pike run, and nice pass by Kern.
And you're playing very well in front of a hostile environment.
Yeah, they had a good crowd right before Christmas, but you know, nice drive by Corey. And I'd like to see Corey do that more too, off the bounce. You know, because he's got such a good jump shooter, people are going to be up on him. Good dribble move and a nice finish.
So that penetrating move gives TU the lead at 27-20. However, down the backstretch of the first half, Oklahoma State would make some plays, and this is Kendall Smith, their transfer, who ends up getting the and one, and that'll tie the game at halftime at 28-28. But still a good first half here, too.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, not a good closeout by Junior on that, and he was able to drive by him, and we got to rotate and take that charge.
Neither team shot the ball especially well, and you see that you did guard the perimeter well with OSU only 3 for 17. Unfortunately, they would make some down the stretch from beyond the arc in the second half. And early moments of the second half, Oklahoma State getting the lead up to 38-30. So this is a good run for them.
Yeah, I'd like to see Kern get there a little sooner on the catch. But nice clear out move here, and Gino had a nice game.
Yeah, that was a badly needed bucket for the Hurricane. Knocked the lead down to 3 at 40-37. And Curran Scott will pop free for a three-pointer.
Nice pass by Jaleel. Sit down 3 by Curran.
It was a really good response for your team to retake the lead.
Yeah, and Curran had some good moments here, driving the ball, getting in the paint. We got to the free throw line a little bit, and a really good finish right here.
Yeah, and you took the lead at 46-44 with about 11.5 minutes to go, and this game would go down the backstretch. The Hurricane having a shot at it, but as you can see, OSU has the lead 57, now 53 after that was a big one, certainly for Henderson.
We just needed to keep scoring. You know, they went on a stretch there, and the difference in this ball game, K-State, we didn't keep scoring and make big shots. They made the big plays on their end.
And Corey would have another big three, and this is a good assist by Junior E2 in this basket. With, as you can see, with 2:40 to go, you're down by 63-59 and right in there.
Right there, we just needed a stop. We needed a big stop right here. And there's Carroll hitting that three at the top of the key.
It wasn't badly contested at all, was it? I mean,
No.
You had a hand in his face.
He and Smith both made some tough shots down the stretch. But you know, those are big shots. And that's Shine making a big shot.
Yep. So that basket by Shine made it 69-59, and Oklahoma State will go on to the 71-59 win with that 8-0 run at the end of the ball game. But certainly, no question about it, Coach, you couldn't fault your team's effort.
Could not. We competed extremely hard. We just didn't make the big shots. And as I said earlier, you go back to the K-State game, we made those big shots down the stretch. We weren't able to do that over in Stillwater.
So the Hurricane falling in the game in Stillwater. Now it's conference play as we get ready to finish out calendar year 2017. Highlights coming up next. Well, we get ready for conference play now in the American Athletic Conference, Coach, and you get ready to play host to East Carolina as we close out calendar year 2017, and you do turn the page, don't you?
We do. This is the second season. You know, at first is your preseason, and you can start your conference plays, your second season, and we get to start at home. And you know, against a team that's very talented, very, very challenging.
A team that beat you in Greenville last year, Tulsa winning the game at home at the Reynolds Center. And so here is TU playing host to East Carolina in a matinee, an afternoon game. And for your team, a pretty good start here. Sterling Taplin able to make a basket. He was just inside the arc for a two.
Yeah, Sterling's last couple ball games is getting more and more confident and look like he's got his rhythm back where he was at this time last year.
You really like it when number 32 gets off early.
Well, I tell you, we're a different team when he shoots that ball well, and he does at home. We got to get him make some shots on the road, but he's got a pretty good rhythm at home.
Absolutely, and that made it 8-2 for the Golden Hurricane. And not to be outdone, Junior E2 will get into the three-point act.
This is some of the juniors really. I think he's shooting 42% from three. He's really worked hard on that part of his game.
And Martin Zigbano did a nice job drawing the double team and kicking.
Yeah, and I think we only turned the ball over 5 times this game, and we did a good job of sharing the ball.
And that's a pretty good move inside, obviously, by Curran Scott.
Yeah, nice, aggressive, early offensive attack by Curran.
And you're playing well at this point with the 6-point lead. Junior E2. Is there anybody that has the moves that he has inside? I mean, he really plays with a lot of effort, but he has good footwork too.
He does, and you know, now we've seen him make a three, a pull-up J, now a post move. So he's got it all in his package.
And there's a bucket to make it 22-22. Haruna converting to make it a tie ball game, but you come right back.
Nice pass by Corey, and we like a lot of these plays. Good shot by Gina, but inside out, paint touches, paint touches, paint touches.
You know, Artisan with the basket. And that was a fortunate play as Junior E2 again showing good hands and making that bucket.
Nice turnaround jump shot.
And so Tulsa ends up going into the half with a 31-27 lead as the Hurricanes scoring there to get it to a 29-27 lead. And again, eventually you lead 31-27 at halftime, but neither team shooting the ball well.
Not shooting it well, you know, and I thought we were a little tight early, but our defense is what we got to hang our hat on, and we've done a good job on that end of the court.
And in the second half, you'll force a lot of turnovers. But first of all, offensively, you get it going, and Lawson Carita gave you a lift.
Yeah, I think he hit 8 straight points here at the start of the second half, and that was a nice sit-down three in transition. But our defense, our traps really got us going, and there's Lawson running through that passing lane.
Well, and this is a game where your traps were probably most effective that you've had all season long.
Yeah, we were aggressive and had active hands, got some deflection. There's another paint touch, inside out. Play to Lawson.
So there you have Lawson Carita with a run of 8 points for him, and here comes that trap again, and here comes Carita again.
Another deflection by Tapp, and Lawson went through that passing lane.
So it's the Lawson Carita show here as he ended up tying his career high with 12 points in the ball game. And Junior E2 will end up getting this one on a good pass by Lawson.
Yeah, nice moving without the ball, and that's another thing that Junior's really good at. When you are a good player and everybody's focused on you, you got to be able to move without the ball.
Nice job by Martin Zigbano, who had a good week for you.
He did, and this game probably got him going a little bit because he was struggling a little bit, and we needed more production out of him. And this got him going, and obviously I think he carried over to Tulane.
Coach, you've had these sorts of leads this year, but sometimes you hadn't been able to kind of close the deal and really blow a team out, so to speak. And this was a game where you were able to do that.
Yeah, this is a good trap down right here by Kern, and not getting in that cylinder and really getting active hands. We got that deflection, and there's Jaleel finishing transition.
And as you can see, it's 63-37, and certainly does the ticker a little bit better good if you have a game like this where you feel you firmly have command.
Yeah, and again, it was tap, pull up, Jay, but I think we go up 32, 33 here in a conference game. That's you're playing well.
Absolutely, the lead would be as large as 34 in this ball game, and Alex Foree in the game late, a walk-on who really works so hard. It's great to see him score.
It really was, and I love the excitement of our bench there for Alex, and he had a tough shot. That was a tough shot, you know, fadeaway jump shot. Looked like Michael Jordan there and on the baseline.
Junior Etu had a monster game, 20 points, 14 rebounds, a new career high in rebounding, and Lawson Creta again tied his career high in scoring at 12 points, but really a terrific game. I thought defensively especially you were able to lock down on ECU, get the traps and the easy ones.
Well, that's the thing I was going to point to is those numbers, 31% field goal percentage, 21% from three. We did a really good job on that end of the court.
So the Hurricane winning game number 1 of the American schedule on the road to New Orleans. Tulsa Tulane coming up next. Welcome back to the Frank Haith Show. The Golden Hurricane 1-0 in the league. You've held serve at home, but boy, road wins are gold, Coach, and you have a chance in New Orleans against Tulane.
Yeah, and a place that we struggled last year. You know, they got us pretty good down there at the end of the year, and our guys remember that ball game, and we, in our preparation, we knew and they were coming off a great win, winning at Temple. So we knew we had to be ready to play.
Yeah, and they came in with a record of 10-3 and 1-0 in the league with that road win that Coach mentioned in Philadelphia. So big-time game for the Golden Hurricane. Obviously looking to go to 2-0 in the league. And here early on, you got off to a really good start, Coach.
We did, inside out. We talked about that, and there's Martin's finishing and carrying over from last game.
And Martins has done so well recently, and the pump fakes really get the opposition up off of the ground.
Yeah, and he's got good strength to finish through the defense. This is a tough shot by Corey. He makes it.
But he splashes one early, and here you go, 5-0 lead with a Corey 3. That's usually good news.
Yeah, and we got good movement here. That's our little chest action, back screen, ball screen. Nice pass, good finish by Jaleel.
Jaleel Wheeler with that basket to give Tulsa the 1-point lead. And Martin Zigbanu again for the Golden Hurricane. This time it's a 3, his first of the year that went down.
You know, he's a capable three-point shooter, and you know, I anticipate him getting more of those during the year. If he got his feet set, we're okay with him shooting that shot.
Little ISO play here, huh?
Yeah, and we try to do that every game to see how they're going to defend Junior, and Junior's an unselfish player, and if he's one-on-one, he got a chance to go after him, he will.
E2 again with an isolation play against Reynolds, one of their better players. That was a really good drive.
Really good job. Tough play, splitting the defense there and finishing strong.
17-13 at that point. Golden Hurricane with the lead, but Tulane takes the lead. And off of the air ball, there's Martin Zigbanu again.
Yeah, nice pass by Curran, right?
Yeah, exactly. The assist for Curran, I guess. And boy, you talk about good layup maker. Taplin is maybe one of your best.
He is. He's a really good finisher, driving that ball to the hoop. Great defense by Tap right there, getting his hand in the pass lane.
And it will result in a play that gives you the lead at 7 points. In a close game, you're able to penetrate, kick it, and Curran Scott with a huge 3 for you to give it a 27-20 lead.
We had a nice rhythm right here, and I wish we could have had a little bit more finish here at the end of the half. They get back into it a little bit, but that's great execution right there.
But you're up 27-23 at halftime, and again, neither team shot the ball well at all in the first half, both around 30%.
Yeah, but our defense, that's the thing we got to hang our hat on. Particularly you go on the road, you hold a team to 31% shooting, you're doing something really well.
And you're hammering them on the boards, 27-16, and that would continue in the second half. As we go to second half action.
Good execution on a wrap play. We drew up at the half, and nice pass by Junior, good finish by Lawson.
Yeah, you were able to get some backdoor cuts in this game.
Yeah, this is our role. Replace that and good finish, good pass by Lawson. Again, there's Martin with his pump fake finish.
31-29, Golden Hurricane taking the lead. For Tulane, Cameron Reynolds. He did this a lot last year in the game in New Orleans. This year he was limited to that one.
Yeah, 6 threes last year, and we obviously we were really aware of where he was at There's another one of our offensive rebounds by Junior. 30 points in the paint this game, so we did a good job of getting that ball inside and scoring.
As you can see, the game close still, and it was a really good fake by Junior E to fake the pass and then nailed the shot.
Junior's playing with confidence right now. That's good to see, and it's good for us.
And this is also good for you. When you can get the ball in deep to Igbanu, he's patient and he gets up that nice baby hook.
Well, we've been needing that and wanting that, and it's good to see.
Now you're starting to pull away, and this was a terrific play. Kurita with the snatch, the steal, and that results in a possession for you. And this is one of the best plays of the game, I thought.
Yeah, Jaleel, nice assertive drip drive and good finish.
Again, your defense was outstanding. It has been what's really fueled this start for you, and really terrific play. And speaking of a guy that can finish at the rim, Jaleel Wheeler gets the and one.
Yeah, and Jaleel I think he had a really good game too. He had 8 rebounds and one possession. He had 3 offensive rebounds.
This was one of 2 really tough layups for Sterling Taplin. As again, Tulane kept coming at you, but you kept having answers, and Sterling Taplin was brilliant down the stretch.
I think he scored all his points in this segment here at the end of the ball game, and here's another drive, layup, and one for him.
Yeah, that was a good call by the official. The fans didn't like it, but the young man Slater was not in position, and Sterling Taplin made that runner, and you go on to win, making your free throws at 65-56. You end up winning the game, and Martin Igbanu was outstanding.
He was, and it was really good execution down the stretch, not turning the ball over, getting the ball to our free throw shooters, and as you mentioned, making our free throws.
So the Golden Hurricane victorious to go to 2-0 in American Athletic Conference play, and for TU, obviously, a terrific start, a home win, a road win, and now getting ready for a home game against UConn on Wednesday. We'll be back with more in a moment on The Frank Haith Show.
Shayich with an up and under move. Ball stolen by Kurita. What a play. Kurita just went inside, snatched the ball away. Kurita on the right side for TU with the 6-point lead in the ball. Driving center is Wheeler all the way in. Layup. Yes, he got fouled. Count the basket. Give the bucket to Wheeler. The foul is on Daniels, I believe. And the Golden Hurricane now leading 45-37.
This is Baseline to Baseline with Daquan Jeffries, who is one of the newest members of the University of Tulsa men's basketball team. In your recruiting process, you decided on Tulsa. Why TU?
When I came on my visit, I actually fell in love with the coaching staff and the tradition that they have here at the university.
And you're an experienced player, so what can you bring to this team from your previous experiences?
I think I can bring a lot of leadership to this team. I've been in 2 years, three years in college now, so I can bring a lot of leadership.
And one thing I read about you is you have multiple talents. What does that mean? What are they?
I actually do. I can draw a little bit. I can play football. Well, I played football in high school, so I'm pretty talented in that.
All right, what do you draw?
Just whatever comes to mind, usually.
Favorite food?
Ooh, I had to say meatloaf.
Meatloaf. And made by your mother?
Yes, it's very good.
So do you say, Mom, meatloaf, or what?
Yeah, I usually do on the weekends when I come home.
Daquan, thank you for taking the time. Daquan Jeffries joining us on Baseline to Baseline. Well, Daquan Jeffries, I don't think he got the Wedding Crashers reference, but he's a guy, certainly, Coach, that we really look forward to getting back.
Yes, hopefully soon, but yeah, he didn't get that. That's pretty funny. He's a guy that we've kind of helped serve. Some guys have stepped up. Lawson Creed has stepped up. Gino Artisan stepped up. And it's been good to see when he does come back. Our team's just going to be stronger.
Yeah, your team has gelled, hasn't it? In the absence of Daquan, you can only be stronger when he gets back.
Absolutely, and he brings some athleticism that we need going down the stretch here. You look at the games we got this week with UConn and Memphis. 2 teams are very athletic.
So it's UConn coming up on Wednesday at 6, and then an afternoon game in Memphis against the Tigers. You're rolling now. I mean, you're right in the rhythm, aren't you?
Yeah, a lot of games here quickly, But our guys are excited about the opportunities we have.
Big time start for the Golden Hurricane. We'll talk to you next week for week 2 of American Athletic Conference play on The Frank Haith Show.
The Frank Haith Show, brought to you by Don Thornton Cadillac, Pepsi, River Spirit, TTCU, The Credit Union, Bill Knight Ford, and St. Francis Health System. The Frank Haith Show has been a presentation of Golden Hurricane Sports Properties and a Kane Vision production.